Hello and welcome to this video, and we're playing sausky77. And yeah, let's go for the King's Gambit again. We've got this d5. Don't know what the right response is, but e5 seems like a reasonable move. Bishop g4, quickly played. Let's play d4. If bishop takes f3, we can play queen takes f3 and then answer queen h4 with queen f2 if we wish to. Okay, let's try that then. Okay, yeah. Well, this was my plan, so is there any reason to deviate from that? I don't think so. So if g5 to try and hold the pawn. Okay, so just bishop takes f4. And c3? C3 looks decent. C3 looks like a sensible move. Okay, so the knight comes out now with g3. We would have a check on h3. I'm not sure if that's worth anything. What's black's plan? Is it to play f6? I think the knight needs to come out into the game. But maybe bishop b5, threatening to mess up the pawns. I don't know if we'd actually do it, but maybe it's okay. I mean, this is also not great for black's king side. Yeah, I'm going to just take this off, actually. I think it's fine for... I don't think it's too bad for black, but still, I think white has a little edge here. Alright, knight d2. Okay, quick. c5. Okay. So, maybe knight b3, knight f3, I think. Yeah, okay. So, c takes and open the c file. Why not? Let's give that a whirl. My original plan was to take with a knight, but I'm going to get a nice knight in. Now, knight c6 is threatened in some lines. Well, knight f7 is the main threat. Ooh, okay. Okay, so bishop pinned, threat is g5. So we've got to answer that, I think, with king to e3. Okay, bishop f6. g5 is okay. Knight d3 is okay. This is also possible. Get the rook here. Okay, so I think this is good. Okay. So let's try rook c6 now. There's a check on g4. What happens after that check? The king moves, and I'm losing. Alright, let's cover that check first of all. And if knight e4, then I think bishop g7 looks good. So rook c7 is the move I want to play now. Okay, so that pins the bishop. So let's go with our rook c6 idea, hitting a6, and if king b7, then rook. Okay, so you're attacking my bishop. What about rook f7? If knight takes e5, we take on c7 and then recapture. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Okay, you just took that without a moment's thought. So let's take here. And recapture. And I think after king d4, we have to be in pretty good shape, right? I guess rook g5. Can we stop rook g5? Rook g5 covers the g7 pawn. It doesn't really, actually. It doesn't really. We just play rook takes g7. Okay. Okay, so can we not just take this pawn now? Why not? Why can't we take this pawn? You're going to check me here. I'll go here. I'll go there. You check me there. Takes. Here, check. Alright, I'm going to go with this. I'm going to ask you to prove it to me. Okay. So... my plan is now to drop this back. If you check me again. Yeah. Okay. Now h7 is under threat. And we're 2 pawns up. g4. Okay. Trying to get... oh, Tim. Oh, this is stupid. Stupid, stupid. Okay. Where do I want to be here? I don't know. I'm going to lose that one. And I've blocked my rook as well. If you play rook here, I've got b4 at least. And this rook could come down and threaten mate, so now what? Rook here with a threat of mate. That's pretty nasty. Okay. So this is on. This is happening, and this doesn't help you. So what can you do to stop that mate threat? Can you do anything? Okay, so let's try and trade some rooks. And if rook moves, then we can take this pawn, right? And then we've got everything. Okay. Well, we must be winning this now. We must be winning this one. Okay. This gets my g-pawn to the 7th. And now rook h8. Okay. Can't play rook h8 just yet, so we need to play h4, h5, h6, then rook h8. Oh, whoops. Got no time. Oh, man. Guess the check. Wow. Gonna get stalemated here. Wow, checkmate with 0 seconds. Woo! And we're going to make this a double-length video because my opponent wanted a rematch and I fancied one. So off we go with this next game. Okay, so castles. And I mean, queenside expansion with b5, b4 looks good. Let's just go for that now. I think c4. Let's just lock this bishop out, and then what do we got here? Bishop b7, bishop here. I think bishop here looks good. Okay, so now, yeah, I don't know if we want to exchange this off though. So let's just go with bishop f5. What do I want to play? If I'm white, I want to try and break open this with b3. Okay, so let's, if we trade here, then we can move the knight. We might be able to play bishop takes c2 at the moment. Actually, bishop takes c2 looks good, doesn't it? This is covered, right? So bishop c2, rook here threatens the knight, but then we can go knight. Then we can go knight in. Yeah, I think this looks good. Okay, so you're hitting this and threatening my knight. And I've got bishop d3, but I think just knight here looks good. And something like knight d4 looks quite nice as well. Maybe bishop d3 first. Okay, well I wanted to play this move anyway, so I feel like I'm going to go ahead and play this move. Threatens knight f3 check. What do we want, the bishop on that square or the knight? I think the knight. And then we have knight e. Then they've got some checks. Okay, so bishop here. We can take twice there. Or just leave that b. Rook here. What else? What else have we got? Taking on b1, rook takes b1. Don't think that's anything concrete. Okay, so rook e8. Obviously, I'm going to take on c2 if bishop takes c2. Okay, so he played that, and then quick knight in. Now we can trade if we want to on e1, but I don't know if that's great for me. This bishop's pretty good. Or we can play bishop takes, and then bishop takes. I don't know if that's so great for me. I think knight back looks good. Then knight e6 may be interesting, actually. Knight e6 is good. Does that fork bishop and rook? It does. So if rook d7, okay, so why does this not work then? Let's just get this played, and then we'll discover whether or not it works in a moment. Rook e7 is no good, knight takes g5. How to answer the threat, the fork? Don't see one. Don't see a response to this. Rook e1, knight takes c7. Rook c6, knight takes g5. Knight d5, knight takes c7. Ah, that's interesting. Here, so knight d5, and if knight takes c7, you fork my rook. Okay, so it just gives up that pawn. And let's... should we trade this off? Should we take this knight here? Yeah, feels like we should. I don't know. What are you trying to do? You're trying to get your rooks to the 7th, aren't you? So let's just stop that and nip that one in the bud. If we don't get rooks on the 7th, then we should be okay. Knight d5. Knight d5. Yeah, okay, knight d5. Knight e7 check. King moves. Let's take this b2 pawn then, because then c3, c2, c1 is coming jolly quickly. Okay. Alright. Where do we want this knight? We want this knight in here or what? Let's play knight here. We're just still trying to go for this Ah, yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Okay, so we could just leave that be, or knight here, knight takes check, bishop takes. That looks okay. Okay. So rook needs to move now off the d file. No, it doesn't. Apparently, you got to go rooks. You got to go rook c7 now. Otherwise, this pawn is running. This pawn is running very quickly. Yeah, but this isn't going to work because just this move, right? And we're queening here. Great. And we got plenty of time. Is this mate? Yeah, he's resigned. Okay. All right, and we'll just keep it at one game. So we'll say thanks. So we'll just have a quick look at the second game first. I was thinking actually this is almost a critical position because once I get b5 and c4 and we knock this bishop out, it's pretty difficult for white. I mean, I think he should have focused on trying to play b3 and open up this pawns, and so maybe it's not so bad, but I felt like black had the best of it at this point, and then I sort of gradually built momentum. White's in this position. White's just played bishop b1, and I'm thinking actually probably if we just take on b1 now, rook takes b1 or knight takes b1, I think we have this fork already. We didn't see it as soon as we should have done. So yeah, a little bit of tactical awareness missing there, but we did find it eventually. So at this point here, this is still on, and white needs to play something like rook to d7, I guess. Okay, so the threat's gone now, so he could play rook d7 now, but he attacked the knight went back to where it was, and now he has this is the last chance he has to stop this fork. But we obviously both missed it so many times we'd forgotten it was on, and I think now it's pretty much lost for white. Okay, so that was that game. This was the first game we played against this opponent. I'm just going to remind myself what happened in this game. Okay, this is the other King's Gambit. And again, I felt like my position was okay here. Well, probably more than okay, realistically. I'm not sure about this idea of bishop takes c6. Didn't work out quite as well as I'd hoped to, but we did get a nice position, and we were able to get some pressure on the c-file, and lovely central outpost for the knight. So I think, all in all, we were fairly comfortable at all stages of the game. Yeah, this rook c6 idea I liked. Haha. I think I completely missed actually. Rook c7 is just on immediately. Although rook c7 now, king d8. Let's just look at this. Oh, we can't because it's not analysis. Rook c7 check. If king here, then we have discovered attack. We can take the knight with check, so that's no good. So rook takes c7 check. You have to go here. And then maybe rook here, and that will pin the knight. So knight takes e5 would not be possible, and then we bring the other rook to f7. That's probably better than what I played. What I played was rook f7 here. We still got the same idea. The c7 vulnerability was exploited, but that might have been slightly better. And I think here white's winning again. Just maybe, I don't know if I did it as accurately as I could have done. I mean, I think this is okay. I'm not sure if there's a better idea. I'm not sure if the checks get me anywhere, to be honest, so I think taking this is okay. This was okay. Yeah, and I think that's fine, and I think white has everything in hand here. There were a few scary moments, but I think yeah, white was winning and not in too much danger of letting it slip. Okay, well, thanks for watching.